Welcome to Reformed and Real, where we take a journey with our people fresh out of prison and how the community around them really feels. My name is Mario Hernandez. I am one of the afflicted people that got released back into the community, here to try and figure out how this looks.
And I'm Wayne Burt, curious onlooker, who wants to know about our prison system, get to the stories beyond the stigma of incarceration, and because, like Mario, I believe all stories count.
We have a special guest today. Her name is Steph Cullen.
Hello.
Steph, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I am originally from Hawaii, born and raised. And then after living there for a while, my family moved us to the Seattle area. Grew up there, did high school out there, and then eventually through a couple other states ended up in Idaho 20 years ago.
Idaho, huh?
Yeah.
From Hawaii.
I know.
Yeah, that's quite the journey.
It is. There are no beaches here, which is really disappointing.
Yeah, Sandy Point isn't quite enough.
No.
So as everybody knows that we're here because we're talking about what it looks like to reenter the community from incarceration and how people view that and how how we need to come together. Reformed and Real, it's just started because I teach Da Vinci Resolve inside of correctional institutions, and we just happened to get involved in a film festival. It's called 13 Stories.
So what is 13 Stories? I don't know of this.
So I'll let you describe it. You probably know a little better than me, but
13 Stories is a Idaho film festival, and it's a competition. And so there are up to 13 teams that get to submit, and they are given a story about people in Idaho who have been incarcerated. And then they take that story, and they're real stories, historical people, and they take that and they create a short film out of it. I think can only be up to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they do the research and they write the story that they want to tell about that person. And they have the opportunity to shoot at the Idaho Penitentiary. And then I think you have a few months to work through this. And then in September, everyone comes together and you get to watch your film on the big screen.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So are these living persons that get profiled, or are sometimes they historical stories?
Historical stories, as far as I'm aware.
Gotcha.
But some of them do have living relatives. Like one of the people I spoke to just a couple days ago who is a part of a team. Mm-hmm. They have living relatives, and they've actually been in contact with the living relatives to make sure that they are telling the story properly and giving that person a good, not making it seem like they're at fault.
Gotcha. Yeah.
This is our third year. This is IDOC's third year doing the competition. And the first year, it was a lot different. The first year we did it, we placed second, which was an amazing
awesome
accomplishment. And last year we entered, and the competition completely changed. So all of a sudden it went from these little videos into films, and we're watching them, and I'm watching them with my mouth agape. I'm like, oh my God, this is a full-on movie and a musical, and what the heck is going on? But I mean, what it did is it gave us a starting point for the next year, and I says, guys, we're going to have to pick up our game this year. And just so happened that's when I met you.
Yep.
And I put that bug in your ear. I don't know if you remember, but I said it once before. I'm like, we're doing this film festival. And then Andrew Strebel from IDOC went to your office, and then I went back. We had another conversation, and grateful that you decided that you'd be able to advise us on this project, on this competition.
It was a lot of fun, and it's sharing knowledge. I went to school for this. And so I have a lot of the knowledge and the expertise in my background, and based on what I do, I do this pretty much every single day. But to be able to show people how to light a scene, how to properly set up the camera for that, let's look at some fun angles. We did what's called a Dutch angle when we had the shot outside, and it's really great to be able to share and pass that knowledge on to people who really want to learn. And then they can take that, and when they get back into society, they now have these skills that they can use in their jobs and their life.
Yeah, and I'm around them all the time, and they repeat every verbiage you used and everything. And I'm like, oh, nice. Steph, good job. A good impression. So, and it's wonderful to see how they took everything you showed them. They're like, hey, what about, can we do a Dutch angle on this? Or what about this? And what about Key and Phil? And I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
And they really, really, really loved
it. The gospel of Steph.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
It's funny.
Do folks that, let me ask you a quick question. Do folks that begin to, when they do the 13 stories, do you find that often they continue to do filmmaking, make films, be part of that industry? That's
a thing, right? So, and I don't know from her perspective, but I know that everybody on my side, in the corrections side, they're ready to start doing films inside. Like they're talking about, hey, Mario, so we got this idea, and I want to, what if we need these costumes and these props? And I'm like, whatever you guys need, let's just figure it out. We got time.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the people that I know who have been involved in, whether it's 13 Stories or an I-48 or an H-48, which is the horror 48-hour film festival, some of them, this is just what they do on the weekends. That's how I started. You grab your friends and you're like, you guys want to make a movie?
Yeah.
And then you go make a movie together. But some people then go off and this is what they do professionally. Like one of the teams I was talking to yesterday, a friend on a team, most of them do this professionally, and he was actually my DP on yesterday's commercial shoot.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go. Wow. So there's your answer right there.
Yeah,
that's terrific.
It's a wonderful thing. So what you know what my goals are, and just to kind of add some light to the subject, my goal is to get these people certified and trained in post-production, and basically just to get started. I really, really, really need for these people to feel like they're wanted, cared about, loved, and appreciated. And that's what you did, and that's what we're doing, is like giving them an opportunity to step outside of the box of where they've been. Video production and film production is not for everybody. However, if you step into that world and you love it and you feel like you love it, feel like you want to do it, which all these people that are in the program do, they're in the right spot.
They are. Yeah, and you could tell that they really enjoyed what they were doing too, because as Mario said, they're now repeating some of the verbiage and the language that I used on set, but they soaked that up. And I've mentored, and I can't think of the other term, but I've mentored younger people. Oh, interns. I've had interns in my studio as well. Not all of them soak it up. They say this is what they want to do, and then when they see the grind and really see what goes into it, they're like, you know what? I think I'll just go take a PE class instead.
When you think about that day, that first that Andrew Strebel went and see you, what were you expecting when you showed up with all these people that are from incarceration?
Well, I wasn't expecting them to know as much as they did. They all seemed, they came with their lights, they came with their cameras, and they were setting it up before I arrived. And so I had expected that it would, I'd show up and I'd be like, okay, this is how you take it out of the case. This is where the record button is. But no, they knew all of that stuff. And so it was nice to see that they already had their hands on it.
So I come from a commercial background, making commercials, working in a broadcasting setting. So they soaked up everything I talked about. And some of them, as soon as I showed them, it actually, in a funny way, like it kind of, I'm like, gosh, dang, you're good at that. I'm not even that good at that.
You can see the intuition pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. In case you're just tuning in, you're listening to Reformed and Real. I'm Wayne Burt with my co-host Mario Hernandez. And our guest today is filmmaker Steph Cullen.
I would suggest anybody that's listening to this that they call Stephanie for an appointment and go check it out.
Yes.
It's a really cool studio. I've been in there. I went to your grand opening. It was pretty amazing.
It's fun. I have 17 different backgrounds.
Is that enough?
No, it's never enough.
No.
You always need more.
Yes.
Yeah. What got you started in filmmaking? Did you know it early?
Oh, I knew so early. The first movie was E.T.
Oh.
And it wasn't when it came out in theaters. It was because we lived in Hawaii and I grew up very poor. And so what we would do is instead of going to the movie theaters, we would rent it on Betamax at the grocery store. And you had to rent the Betamax machine too. So you got that, and then you took it home and you watched movies on the weekends. And E.T. was the first one. It was that movie, and my dad just always like, movies, 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 movies.
That's
and that's
great.
what started it. Yep.
Awesome.
Boy, that really frames it in time, doesn't it?
Yes,
At
it
Betamax.
does. Child of the 80s right here.
The wave that was going to take over everything, Betamax.
I know. It was. And then VCR took over.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you literally had that moment where you're like, oh my,
Yes.
you were drawn in. And so how did you incrementally like pursue all of that? How did all that happen?
Okay, so from just the love of watching movies, I went into theater. So a friend of mine, a couple friends when I was in junior high, they were like, Steph, you should come do theater with us. So I started in the background because I'm the oldest of 4 kids and I couldn't stay all day after school to play on the drama stage. So I would be there for just a few minutes before I'd have to leave to go babysit my kids. And then in that process, I started to love being on the stage. And so I did stage acting all through high school, but then I got involved in the behind the scenes stuff, and I wanted to make behind the scenes videos of what we were doing. Oh. And so I would take the footage we shot and I would edit them onto VCRs. And then that's kind of how that started. And then from there, I just kept going with it. And I started in front of the camera. I moved to California for a little bit and was an actor. But as I'm sitting there, watching all the people work behind the camera, and I was starting to get bored because I'm just sitting there waiting for them to call action on me. And as I watched all those other people, I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. So I started to make the shift to behind the camera. And ever since then, I've just loved it.
Gotcha. Yeah. The behind the scenes people are so much more industrious, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot more constant. That's great. Well, I look for a behind the scenes of Reformed and Real. Get all the dirt on you and I, Mario.
You need a shovel and a big dumpster for this guy right here.
Yeah, well, I got some stuff myself, all right? Yeah, all right? Yeah.
Yeah. If you were not knowing anything about these people, and you're out there, and somebody talks to you, hey, you know what? You want to think about maybe giving a felon an internship? How does that sound to you? If you don't know, just say you never met any of them or me.
If I had never met any of them or you, my first answer would have been, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I don't need to hire them for an internship.
Yeah.
Because to admit, that's an unbiased reaction to that,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't know. And then once you start to realize that people are people and everybody deserves a chance or a second chance, and they're smart, they're eager to learn, and they're ready to jump in.
Looking at that and thinking about, you think it'd be worthwhile to take some people as interns here? I mean,
absolutely.
Are they teachable, moldable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and especially if they're getting the certification in DaVinci Resolve, we need editors. We always need editors. That's the job that a lot of people don't want to do. And so right there that's someone in your pocket that can do the work and knows how to do it and is excited to do it.
Yeah. I have an educational contract with IDOC, and I also have I'm a trainer for Black Magic Design, and somehow the stars aligned just right, and they allowed me to teach inside of the institutions. The partnership between Black Magic, between myself, between Department of Corrections, and now behind community members like yourself that are doing stuff, I think this is where we stand now. This is where we make our stand. This is where we make our place to kind of engage the community a little bit better with who people are that are incarcerated. And I really want people to say, hey, you know what? If they can give somebody a chance that somebody else can, like, what do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Like, I'm not saying that you're the crux, the jumping point, but I mean, I think you're the first one. I have other partners in film, but you're the first one to actually step up and say, hey, you know what? I want to engage.
I love it. Well, and kind of taking it back to the 13 stories, a lot of the stories that are being told for 13 stories are people who they didn't commit huge crimes. No. It was forgery.
Yeah.
And then they had to go to jail. Assuming that someone comes out of jail and that they did something big, you're making assumptions at that point. And there's no reason to not even give them a chance in your world, in your company, in whatever you might do.
Yeah, because a little of those distinctions become prison, not prison.
Yes.
Right? It's very binary, which might not be entirely fair.
Is the guy that commits a multiple murder the same as the guy that writes a check? In society's eyes, it is. Yeah, and Wayne, and this is a kind of, and I'm going to pull Wayne into this just a little bit. So I am a convicted felon, right? And I've been out now and sober. I've got 9 years almost sober in October.
That's awesome.
And I met Wayne.
That's great.
And Wayne gave me the opportunity to be a DJ at Radio Boise.
We needed more butt rock.
I am a butt rock show. Yeah. Well, it was. It got a little bit too late for me. So.
Yeah, to shed light on that a little bit, it is just a matter of meeting someone and vibing with them. And that happened instantly with Mario, The background is the background, but you're also very transparent about it. It's core to your story, right? And you're working your way through a place that understands that and is trying to do some good out of the experiences you had.
Some people, when they get, when they look out, their focus is their tribe, right? And what their tribe to them is their family, right? Like my kids, my wife or my husband, my cousins, my mom, my grandma, that's my tribe. I have been trying to hit this home run all the time. I'm like, hey, so do you think that it'd be better to expand your tribe? Because your tribe, your family tribe lives around amongst many others. And we really don't have any choice who that is, right? But we do have one choice, and that's to make things better and to be a part of it. Not that you have to go out there and hug everybody that's inside a prison or, hey, I love you, man.
Hug a prisoner. There's that bumper sticker for you.
Yeah. They call it hug a thug, right?
That'd be a good fundraiser.
Oh my gosh.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All we need is a video to promote it.
Well, let me tell you.
We know some people.
We do know some people. Yeah. So, it's just that's that net that I'm trying to throw out there with this is I want people to say, you know what, just the one little thing, right? And it doesn't have to be go out and do a soup kitchen or go out and do anything like this. It's just what if your part comes up, if it comes up somewhere in your sphere, which it will, because how many people don't know anybody that's or have a family member that's been affected by addiction or incarceration? That's I don't think that's possible.
No.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows somebody.
Yeah, and I think the more that we engage with the community, like yourself, and we make friends and we understand each other, the better things can get. I think it's a wide swath, but I think the people that we get in here, I tell everybody, and we get lawyers, doctors, retired people from all over the country. We had people from Mississippi, from Florida, from South Carolina come through. There was a Basque Festival last weekend, right? This last weekend. And we had people from all over the country coming in here, and I'm telling them the story. And it's funny, not funny, but amazingly funny. That when I told them the stories, they're like, oh my gosh, we need something like this going on where we're from. So, how do you feel about that? We're like a community, we're all brothers and sisters.
We are.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how does that hit your?
Well, so I'm not originally from Idaho, but I've been here for 20 years. I have no family by blood here. It's just me. And I'm always trying to build community, whether that's through hosting events at my studio or coming out into the community to help with this 13 Stories project. Any way that I can, I try to build community because that is so important. And then there have been different podcasts that I've been listening to where if you want to improve your mental health, you have to have your friends, you have to have your people out there that you can be with and you can create with and you can be in community with. And that is what really helps you and saves you.
Yeah, community is the key. It really is. And you look at all the elements that are at play now, not that this is the first time in history things have seemed a little chaotic, but Boise's growing. There are a lot more strangers that are moving into town. Maybe the national political landscape could make you feel a little isolated. Community's the antidote for sure. I totally agree with you. Absolutely. Through film or, bocce ball or whatever.
What is bocce ball?
I really don't know. I just heard it the other day.
A thing with a ball.
Yeah. Might be Italian.
That's funny. A thing with a ball. So, I think that's where we're at today. And Steph, it's really important that I wanted you here because I really, really love how welcoming you have been. Not just to me, because I told you when I first met you, I'm like, hey, I'm a felon, and I'm trying to make some waves here and bring community here, and this is what I do. And when I told you that, and I showed you that, like, this is where we give away free clothes, this is what we do, and you actually liked it, and I was like,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
Sort of lit up.
Yeah. And that kind of thing, that's what, when people hear that in the community, when they hear that, just anybody, if they just hear what the mission is to change the world, like one person at a time. We have an opportunity in this community, right, to change a couple of things. And the one thing that I focus on, and that's what I'm trying to get people to see, is that everybody that gets out of incarceration is going to be your neighbor.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to see them in the grocery store. You're going to see them putting gas. You're going to see them everywhere. Probably work next to one you don't even know.
Yep.
So I really would like that if this place, Boise, Treasure Valley, Idaho, United States, can understand and see that instead of being the thumb and the hammer to hold somebody down, that you open up the world to these people. And if you just change 2 out of 10, that changes the dynamics of a complete family. And then that's what we're here for, right? We're here to be of service to each other. It's not just, this is my bubble here and I'm going to stay in it. If we want our world to get better, we have to participate.
Absolutely. Well, and opening your heart and your space, whatever that is to you, up to people that have been incarcerated, it keeps them from going back. That was one of the statistics I learned from St. Vincent de Paul, is that when you open yourself up to these people, then they stay out. Yeah. They don't slip back into addiction or whatever it was that got them in there in the first place.
Yeah. And isn't that a good thought? I mean, I can't think of anything negative when I think about somebody changing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And getting better.
Yeah.
And I can't think of a reason to keep somebody down, right? I'm like, man, you know what? I get people in the prison all the time. They're like, hey, Mario, I got this great idea and I want to do public speaking and I want to make videos, but I want to do this first and I want to do this. I'm like, you know what, dude? Or, I say dude to boys and girls, right? So, you know what? Just write a proposal, man. Show me what it looks like. And then let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a dream. If I raise my hand in a room, if I go into a room of 100 people in any prison in this whole state, in this whole country right now and say, who here doesn't want change? How many hands do you think are going to raise to that? None. Everybody wants change. The hardest core of gangbangers, the hardest core of, the longest addicted person and, the least afflicted person, all of them want change, just like everybody else does in this community. People want to get better jobs. They want to make better money. They want to have a cooler yard. They want to have a better, a fun dog, whatever, I don't know. But
a better dog? No,
better
I'm
dog.
kidding. Sorry,
No.
Mr. Frodo. I was joking.
Yeah. Mr. Frodo, it's just a comment. It's not real.
Yes.
We love you. So yeah, I think do you have anything you want to say or add to what we've been talking about?
I think just to reiterate, keep your heart open because there are people out there who could use that hug.
Yeah.
And that heart. Yeah, exactly. And you never know what someone's story is. So why shut down before you actually learn? Because I think when you told me that you were a felon, all I was interested in was the fact that you teach DaVinci Resolve. I was like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this teaching DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess Wayne.
Yeah, I know.
How you doing, bud?
I'm just getting swept up in the
Wayne's
conversation.
loving the conversation.
It's
here
great.
today.
It's great. So where can people see your work, Steph?
Oh, a lot of my work is either on my clients' websites or their social medias. And then I do keep a YouTube channel, but most of it is some of my more personal work, which I don't get a chance to do very often. But if you go to, where do I show it? One of my websites, omgmediaoutlet.com, you'll be able to see some of the work that I've done for various clients in town. And then through that, you can kind of link to some of my more personal stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
If you were to work your way back to your pure creative expression, what would you do?
I want to make a documentary. So part of my family is originally from the Philippines, and I want to take my grandma and her sister to the Philippines to go find our family.
Ooh,
Yeah.
awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
That would be so fun. I got to go to the Philippines last year for the first time.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the only time.
Yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed myself. And it was during that time that I was like, you know what? I should bring my tutu. That's what we call grandma in Hawaii. And I said, I should bring Tutu and her sisters and we should go search for their family.
Yeah. I would watch that.
Yes.
I would too. I had a vision when you said that, when you told me that. I had a vision, and I don't know if it's a real one, but a reasonable one. But I was picturing walking through a field of grass.
Yes.
Like showing this is where my family farmed or something like that. Anyways, yeah.
When did your family leave the Philippines?
That would have been my Tutu's dad. So there's me, my dad, my Tutu, my grandma, and then her dad. So I'm the fourth generation here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier than the Beatles.
Yes. Earlier than the Beatles.
That's only in my mind because, and we can edit this out, is because I just watched a documentary about the Hollies, right? But they went to the Philippines. They played in a massive stadium to like 60,000 people, and they averaged about 200 people in crowds in the UK, right? Because, someone heard Time of the Season, I think it was, and they met the prime minister or the president or whoever the figurehead is, and it smoothed everything over. But that's the mistake the Beatles made when they were there in 1964. They refused to meet the president, and they had to leave under almost like martial law. It was kind of a close call. It was very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, this doesn't have to stay in the
it will.
It should. I love that kind of history.
Yeah. Well, Steph, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you.
And I hope that this was enlightening to some people. And, we really appreciate what you do for corrections, how you back us up, and you're partnering with us for the film festival. And everybody needs to keep their eyes peeled.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's coming out. 13 Stories Film Competition with Idaho Department of Corrections and OMG Studios.
Yeah. When is that coming out?
I think it's the first week of September, and I'll keep everybody posted on a date. If everybody wants to go to my social media, it's Learning How to Live, and it's also Mario Hernandez. So Mario Hernandez, Garden City, Learning How to Live, that will get you to Reformed and Real, where we start.
Perfect.
I love it.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Steph.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Have a good day.